Hi, this is Tim with the Gilson Home Group. When you start to work with a real estate agent, you're going to rely on that person for a lot of introductions. The thing we're going to talk about today is one of those most important referrals that they can give you, and that is helping you to find the lender that's going to serve your needs the best. So when you start your home search, because you don't do this typically every day, most buyers are going to not be clear on all of the different resources that they're going to need. They know that they need an inspector. They know that they need to have information about what these things are going to cost. They want to know comps. They want to know insurance agents. But one of the very most important things that you can do is get a referral from your real estate agent for a well-respected lender who is specifically suited to the type of loan that you're likely to need, if you're not purchasing with cash, of course. Because we are still in a very competitive market, we want to position your offer among many other potential offers that might be on the table at the time of submission to distinguish it. And each lender in our industry has a very specific reputation for being able to get the work done. Some of them have an extraordinary reputation for communications and for getting the job done on time. But some of them don't have a really particularly good reputation for meeting timelines and for having good communications. Now, aside from all of those things that will help you to position your offer and distinguish it from others, we want to make sure that we're getting you lined up with a lender who has completely vetted your borrowing needs and has arranged for financing that's actually going to be able to get across the finish line for you. The vast majority of people who are borrowing money are typically falling into a couple of categories. They're borrowing conventional or FHA types of loans. Basically what that means is there's underwriting guidelines that the lenders have to meet in order to lend you the money. And if your credit is extraordinarily good and you've got a lot of assets in the background, meaning money, then you're likely to get slotted into something that's a little bit different from if you have a little bit more challenged credit and you don't have as much cash to work with. The thing that we want to look at, though, is if you have a very specific situation that is different from one of those two things. For example, if you decide that you're going to be building a new home, we want to get you connected with a lender who is very adept at the very specific steps that builders are accustomed to when lending on a new home construction. The other type of loan that you may end up needing to encounter is if you know that you want to build, but you don't know what you want to build, but you have identified the parcel of land that you'd like to build on, we need to get you aligned with a lender who will lend money on vacant land. The other area that is particularly interesting is for people who are in the medical fields. Physicians are a good example. A lot of lenders have very specific loan products where they would like to attract you to do business with their lending institution long term, so they're offering in many cases 0% down payment for physician loans. So for new residents coming out of medical school or physicians who are well established, that's an option if you'd like to preserve your cash for other applications or if you simply don't have a lot of cash available. Some of the newer lending products that most people probably haven't heard of, there is one particular lender who's doing something that involves crowdfunding. Gift letters and gifts are typically available, but a scenario where this might be interesting is if, for example, there is a couple who are going to be married soon, and in lieu of wedding gifts, you said, gee whiz, we really would like to have people make a donation toward our future home. Your guests can contribute money to this entity, this legal entity, that ends up making a gift to you in return. So it's completely in compliance with lending guidelines, and it's just a relatively new mechanism that people are exploring and using now to take advantage of friends and families. And quite frankly, a lot of young professionals are already established and they don't need to have pots and pans and cups and plates. They'd rather have the money put towards their down payment. One of the other unique products that's available that we can guide you to, if this fits your needs, is there is halal lending. So in the strict Muslim faith, it's many cases where they're not allowed to pay interest. And so there are a couple of lenders who can arrange financing for you that allows you to be in compliance with all of the religious requirements. That's what we have for you today. Please don't hesitate to call us, text us, send us an email, however is best for you. We look forward to hearing from you soon.